Elias Thorne, proprietor of Thorne's Curious in the perpetually shut-out coastal town of Oakhaven, considered himself a curator of forgotten whispers. His shop, tucked away on a cobbled alley, was a mausoleum of antiquated furniture, dusty porcelain, and trinkets steeped in unknown histories. The air within was always cool, even in summer, tasting of aged wood and secrets long buried. One dreary afternoon, a delivery arrived, disrupting the shop's usual stillness. Old Man Hemlock, a gaunt, weathered local known for his uncanny superstitions, wrestled two large, oak-bound chests through the narrow doorway. One was a formidable sarcophagus of dark wood, meant for a grand parlor. The other, surprisingly small, was exquisitely carved with intricate, swirling patterns that seemed to radiate in the dim light. Its dark wood was smooth, almost oily to the touch, and held an unnerving coolness. "Odd one, this," Hemlock grunted, wiping sweat from his brow. Felt heavy as lead on a cart, rattling like a cage of bones. "But look at it now." He nudged the smaller chest with his boot. It shifted with surprising lightness, barely a whisper of sound within. Elias, intrigued, knelt. The carving was mesmerizing, almost hypnotic. He opened the lid of the small chest. It was utterly empty. Empty. Elias frowned, running a hand along its velvety interior. "But you said it right." Hemlock merely shook his head, his eyes wide with a primal fear. "Things ain't always what they seem in Oakhaven, Mr. Thorne. Some things they carry their own burdens." He quickly departed, leaving Elias alone with an unsettling silence and the strangely cool presence of the carved chest. Elias dismissed it as Hemlock's usual dramatics. He dusted the chest, noted its curious lack of weight, and placed it amongst other curiosities. Yet, a creeping unease settled over him. That night, after securing the shop, the chill intensified. He lay in his small apartment above, listening to the relentless whisper of the sea against the docks, and something else, or a faint, almost imperceptible rustling from below. Driven by morbid curiosity, he descended. A pale, ethereal glow pulsed from the carved chest. He approached, heart hammering, and cautiously lifted the lid. The chest, undeniably empty hours before, was now brimming. Tarnished silver doubloons glinted amongst ancient, jeweled lockets, and delicate porcelain dolls with unsettlingly lifelike glass eyes. A cold tremor ran down his spine. He touched a locket. It was real, solid, valuable. He closed the lid, his mind racing. Was it a prank? At Hemlock, no. The man was too superstitious for such folly. The phenomenon repeated. Each morning, the chest was empty. Each night, it was full of something new. Sometimes a king's ransom in antique jewels, other times bundles of yellowed, forbidden scrolls tied with decaying silk, or the preserved remains of strange, forgotten creatures. Elias began to sell the items, cautiously at first, then with increasing desperation as the shop's ordinary business suffered from the encroaching, unnatural cold. Yet, the goods he sold seemed to vanish from his customers' homes within days, leaving behind only a lingering chill and a sense of profound misfortune. His reputation suffered. He became gaunt, his eyes sunken from sleepless nights spent watching the chest, listening to the phantom rustle of its ever-shifting contents. His sanity frayed. He knew with a horrifying certainty that this was no trick. The shop was alive with unseen presences, the air thick with sorrow. He felt perpetually watched, haunted by the very walls. The spectral cold seeped into his bones, a constant reminder of the chilling truth. He had become a collector of the dead's inventory, a keeper of a cursed vault. One night, he vowed to witness the spectral exchange. He extinguished all lamps, armed himself with a single lantern, and waited. Hours rolled into each other, each tick of the grandfather clock an eternity. The shop was a tomb of shadows. Then the chest began to pulse, a soft, inner luminescence blossoming from its dark wood. A low, mournful keening, barely a sound, yet vibrating through his very soul, filled the oppressive silence. From the deepest shadows beside the chest, a form began to coalesce. A woman, ethereal and translucent, shimmered into existence, her form vaguely outlined by tattered, flowing silk, like a bride long lost at sea. Her face was a mask of profound grief, silent tears streaming down her spectral cheeks, her eyes wide with an ancient, unbearable sorrow. Elias Thorne froze, unable to breathe, unable to look away. Her luminous gaze fixed on him, a silent plea interwoven with a chilling accusation. She raised a bony, almost invisible hand, slowly, deliberately, pointing a skeletal finger at him, then at herself, then at the chest. Her keening intensified, transforming into an unearthly shriek that tore at Elias' sanity, a sound of unspeakable agony and eternal despair. With agonizing slowness, her shimmering, translucent body began to draw inexorably towards the chest, contorting, folding, dissolving into its dark, carved surface. The lid slammed shut with an echoing, deafening thud that reverberated through the ancient stones of the shop, a final, terrible sound of a soul re-imprisoned. Trembling, Elias forced himself forward. He flung open the lid. The chest was brimming with new items, a child's worn silver locket, a collection of antique mourning rings, and amongst them, stark against the dark velvet, a single, desiccated finger bone, and a tangle of dark, matted hair, smelling faintly of brine and decay. The inventory was complete. He was trapped. From that night on, Elias Thorne was a broken man. He tried to discard the chest, hurled it into the raging Oakhaven surf, even attempted to burn it in a bonfire. It always returned, appearing on his doorstep, in the center of his shop, defiant and ever-present. He sold the shop, moved towns, but the chilling presence followed, the chest materializing wherever he tried to make a new life. His customers complained of inexplicable misfortunes, sudden illnesses, a chilling despair that clung to anything he touched. His new ventures crumbled. He was reduced to poverty, a recluse in a ramshackle hovel, perpetually haunted by the spectral cold, the whispers, and the knowing weight of the soul-bound casket in the corner of his room. He understood now. The chest was a prison, and he, Elias Thorne, was its eternal jailer, condemned to witness the endless, agonizing inventory of a tormented, restless soul, forever bound to her dead.